Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started with class today. It is time. It's 3:30 officially. So here we go. I'm actually recording this one, so hopefully our friends out there, hello, can actually benefit from watching what we talk about today. Awesome. It's a lot louder than it should have been. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go through and we are going to select our topics of presentation. I did get feedback from my online students about what they wanted to talk about. The downside here is that the easiest way to do this would be just random, right? So, Julie, pick a number between 1 and 10. 6, okay. All right, Sarah, you get to pick first.
Oh, I like this. Thank you. I want the Vasa ship. Sorry.
Okay. All right, so Stephanie Scales was number 2, and she wanted 3 things, and she sent me an email on this, so give me a second. Her list was, she said she wanted the Vasa ship, so we go to her second choice, which is the Templiokio Church. So, Templiaukiao Church. I can spell that one without looking. All right. And then 6. From there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Abby.
What kind of food?
Of which country?
Oh, we're splitting.
Uh-huh.
Oh gosh. Finland.
Finnish food. You got it. Keegan.
I'll do food in Sweden.
Eric.
I really don't care. So I can go
So
last.
we'll
I'll go
take you last then. Okay. Julie.
I'll do the marketplace, like the Gamlastan market or whatever.
The Wadihana, huh?
I think it's in Finland. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
marketplace in Stockholm?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Brandon. Oh, Brandon is not here. He's obviously student teaching, so he said he wanted to do Helsinki University. Sammy.
I wanted the cathedral, but I can't pronounce.
That's the other cathedral, right?
Yes,
The Uspensky Cathedral or something like that. Key.
My top 3 are taken.
Dang it.
The government house.
Okay. Government house. Sydney?
Yeah, I gotta look. All of mine got taken. My backups to the backups got taken too.
Currency.
Yeah, and if are either of you interested in doing the currency of either location?
Is it the
Nope.
same? Isn't it euro?
No,
one's a
one of them is
Swedish-
euro, and then the other one is the
Krona.
Swiss franc, I think. No, not Swiss franc. That wouldn't make sense.
It's a Swedish krona.
Yeah.
I think somebody needs to do that.
I can do currency.
That's totally. I mean, did you look at the list? There might be something else for you there.
I'm really indifferent.
Okay.
So what's left?
What? Oh,
Any other-
which one? What?
What's left?
Oh, you would
The
ask.
ferry.
Yep, the night ferry, the
The parliament.
Parliament. Good.
The government house.
The
Still,
government house is gone. Sorry, I closed out my situation here. Let me. I gotta find it
I'll
again.
just do the night ferry.
The
and if you
hot
wanna do
springs
the-
is still available as well. Like, so recreation is what it would be.
Yeah, I'll just do the night ferry.
Okay. Why don't you do night ferry and like recreation
Alright,
for like what they? Because I think night ferry won't be enough for you.
good.
All right, Eric. Sorry, you want to know what's left? The Parliament is left. Yeah, let's do that one.
Fantasy?
Let's do Parliament would be best. Yes.
And this is both.
No, this is really just the Finland because that's a location we're going to see. We're not actually. I don't think we're actually going to the government house or Parliament in Sweden. I mean, on your free time, I think you will be able to do that, but ultimately, we won't be covering that part of the trip. Okay. So, do you guys need a rundown of what you're doing? For those of you online, Brandon, you're doing Helsinki University. Stephanie, you're doing the Tempiukio Church. You have to be able to pronounce it so we can all get it right when we're there, just so you know. Sydney, you're doing night ferry recreation. Key, you're doing the government house. Eric, you're doing Parliament. Sarah, you're doing the Vasa ship. Keegan, you're doing Swedish food. Julie, you're doing the marketplace in Stockholm. Abby, you're doing Finnish food. And then Sammy, you're doing the Opinski Cathedral. Sweet. Well, I'll talk with her about it. So, okay, so that is over with. The next thing we're going to talk about is not the book, not yet. Keegan has some things that she wants to share with us about the trip and some organizational things to help us stay on track and help us communicate with each other. I don't know if you guys noticed this today, but if you're at all on the Remind app, I believe they sent everybody an email that said if you are a Verizon customer, they're going to start charging Verizon customers for every single Remind message that they get sent or that you send out.
I use
Yeah.
it all the time.
Exactly. So Keegan is going to show us how to use GroupMe. If you already know how to use it, that's great. If you don't, she's going to tell us about it. And then she's also going to share some other information with us. So, Keegan, the floor is yours.
So any idea when that's going to be effective?
Yeah, January 30th.
Oh, well,
Yikes.
So, soon.
yeah, the
Let's see.
email is really stern.
I didn't even see that.
We use that like at 400 class, don't we?
I think a lot of
We
us
use
use
that
it.
at 400 class.
Yeah.
Yes, I have all the classes set up that way. Good to know though, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, no, where's the remote? For that. There it is. All right, let's do this again. Should be HDMI 2. Okay, interesting.
Okay.
Since you're kind of a techie, can
Yeah.
I like brought my computer up and it's just a black screen and it's been this way since class started. But my mouse is like moving around, but my screen is black.
Does it need charge?
All right.
Oh, it's finally thinking a little bit. Oh, we're
It's a
good.
pretty picture.
Right when you came over, you just
Yeah,
had to
thank
look
you.
at it. Yeah, you just had to look.
It's my powers, man.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Keegan has the floor, so listen
Do
up.
I need to stand up or can I presume from here?
You have to stay.
I think you
Okay,
have to stand
I'm
up.
good. Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
I was
kidding.
like, okay. Okay, so these are just travel tips. So anytime we do something like this is kind of what it's going to be under. And I'll just add different things. So anything that comes up like clothing tips, stuff while we're over there, hotels, anything like that. This time we're going to be talking about documenting the trip. So while we're over there are a bunch of different things that, we're going to be seeing, doing. It's 10 days, so it may sound like a long time, but it's going to go by extremely quick. So some things that you might want to do for those of you who aren't planning on taking technology or don't want to do anything like that. They recommended doing paper journals or sending yourself postcards. I actually talked with someone who, when they traveled abroad last time, they sent themselves a postcard once a day, and it was like highlights of their day. So when they got home, they kept getting postcards from themselves about like what the trip was like. So they said that was cool to look back over. Plus, postcards are like, you know,
And
8.
depending on how fast they go through the mail, you might get home before your postcards get home.
Yes.
Which is kind of
Do we
cool.
have access to this PowerPoint or?
We can make it available
Okay,
for you.
okay.
And then I'll also give you, there's a link to the article that I used, as well as something else we'll put on there. So if you are more of a picture person, there are ways to do your trip in pictures. There is different photo sharing sites. SmugMug is where you take selfies, and then you can edit your selfies. Shutterfly is one where you can upload your photos, and you can also print from there. Snapfish is, once again, you can upload your photos, and then you can also add other people. So if if I created a Snapfish and then invited you guys all to join it, you could all put your own photos in there, and then we would just have one big photo album of all the pictures that we took. You don't have to add all your photos. You pick and choose which ones you add, so you wouldn't have to put like any personal photos you took for yourself or anything. And then also the selfie series or group photo timeline. I thought this was kind of cool. Basically, what this would be is as we go through big things on the itinerary, we would take like a group picture in front of them. So like when we go to the cathedral, take a big picture in front of that, or the government house, take a group photo in front of that, and then we could actually like go through our trip and like see the timeline in like snapshots. So I thought that was kind of neat. Another example of this was someone went with their boyfriend through all of Europe and had him hold her hand, and then like their backgrounds were all different as they traveled. So you guys have seen the pictures where they're walking and it's all majestic and all that. But we could do that basically as like a group. None of you are holding
We're
my
all
hand.
gonna hold hands.
No, we're not holding hands. Yeah, a big group
Big
line.
We could all do like a selfie of our hands in a circle at every location.
we can make
Go
it.
team.
I say another way that people typically do this is the typical social media outlets. Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, any others that you guys prefer to use.
Boring.
Um,
Been there, done that.
But that is a good way. Snapchat would be a good way to save your trip, and then, you know, family and friends can look at it and all that stuff. Other people have started a blog or a vlog, which is the same thing but with videos. There are new ways that I found to document it that I had never seen, so I didn't know if you guys had. There's live video streaming with Meerkat, where when you do it, it downloads on, and it's all live videos of you while we're over there. And then Foursquare.
Meerkat's pretty sweet. It's fairly similar to Facebook Live. I mean, it's you recording yourself on video, but like I believe Meerkat somehow connects it to Google Maps. So that is a little different because Facebook Live I don't believe does that. I mean, you can check in and probably start a video and do it that way, but this is Meerkat's all inclusive.
Check in on Foursquare. So it's just called Foursquare, but what you do basically is it's just like a check-in app. So not only can like the people in charge, so your advisors, know exactly where you're at and how long ago you checked in at that location, but it'll also record where all you've checked in at, so you can go back and see exactly where you went on the trip. So that one's a neat one. I haven't played around with that one a whole lot, but it sounded really good. And I would say, yeah, they use it on
trying
group.
to find somebody?
Yeah.
I would say if you were trying to find someone, you could see where they were last and how long ago. Kind of like on Snapchat on the maps, when you scooch out and it's like, you know.
Also good for tracking children, right?
Yes. I would say, yeah, when you scooch out and it's like, Keegan was at the library 2 minutes ago. She
I like
checked
the
in.
360. You can
Yes,
exactly
yes.
where you are.
Love that.
So, and then, getting away from how you want to document the trip, here are just some apps that assist. This was in the article, and after reading it, I saw a lot of really good ones. So we all like Wi-Fi. And, there's an app called Wi-Fi Finder, and it helps you find the nearest Wi-Fi hotspots within the area. And, it always, like, prefers, or, like, gives you the better ones that have the best signal, and as well that don't have, like, a lock code. So that one's awesome. For maps and locations, there's City Mapper, Around Me, and Maps.me. I have City Mapper and Around Me that I'll pull up here in just a second and show you kind of what those look like. City Mapper does not have Finland. It only has Sweden for some reason, but Around Me has both. So basically what those do is City Mapper just shows you like the maps around you, mass transit, things like that. Around Me will show you coffee shops, like shopping outlets, hotels, all like big things around you. money conversion. So this is Conversion Plus. It helps you convert money over, and as well as it also converts time, measurements, fuel, pretty much anything you would need converted over there. It has a tip calculator for what you know, if you need to tip and you don't know what to tip, you know, for them, then it helps you with all that. I have that as well.
How up to date is this? Like, is it up to the minute?
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's
Yep,
accurate up to the minute.
Yep, it updates regularly. They said to make sure that it's as accurate as possible.
Okay. One thing that I will tell you is you must communicate with your bank. Since we're talking about money conversion here, you must communicate with your banks. You have to call them, and that number on the back of your check card or credit card or debit card or whatever, you have to call them and say, hey, I am traveling out of the country. I need you to know that I will be traveling out of the country from this date to this date. That way they can put it on their radar, because otherwise what will happen, they'll see that your check card all of a sudden appeared in Finland or Sweden and cut you off. Okay? Then you'll have to get on and call them anyway and say, hey, please turn my credit card back on or my debit card back on. When you use the debit cards over there, like if you're going to get cash, you just use an ATM, because the ATMs are, again, up to the minute with whatever the conversion rate is to euros or to the Swedish krone.
Kronas. Yep.
Krone what?
Kronas.
Kronos?
Yep. Kronas. Yep.
Kronas.
Kronas.
Like Corona, but without
Kind of.
the
I
Yes.
have a question about the money, and
Yeah.
it might not be a big deal, but I just know this because of some of my British friends who came over during the summer to work at the camp I was at. Their banks wouldn't allow them to take out more than $200 within like a day or 2 days.
Yep.
That's
Something fairly universal. It's about $200 a day. Some banks allow you to do more, some are less. You would have to get in contact with your bank to find out what that is. Especially if we're looking at a debit card. Debit cards are about $200, $250, maybe $300 a day.
You can ask to raise your limit, but
Yep.
usually they'll only let you go up to like $750 a day. After that, they'll
I hope
say,
to not be spending
If you're
that
spending
much.
$750 a day, yeah, that's way to go. Way to go. Okay.
But yeah,
So about the conversion rate, you really don't need to worry about that, because when you get there, we'll stop by an ATM for everybody. We'll get our money converted over. I would not take American dollars over there and try to convert it, because if you do that in the airport, what happens in the airport is they don't have the up-to-date conversion rate. It's usually the day before or whatever, and you will 99% of the time lose money in that kind of a transaction. So I would wait till we get there and use the ATM there. Yes, you'll get charged $3.50, but you'll get charged to convert your money anyway. So, trying to think what else with that.
I think that we almost need like a class period just on that. Am I the only one
No,
that thinks
I'm not.
that
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
kind of a
very
big piece?
confused.
What, you're confused?
No, I'm going to be when we have to convert it over.
Yeah, I think we need to.
Because it took my British friends the entire summer to just understand a penny and how much a penny was worth. She'd be like, "How much is this worth?" I was like, "That's a penny, 1 cent." So I can't imagine how confused I'll be in just 10 days.
So luckily, most places accept plastic, especially if you have Visa or MasterCard.
There you go. We're
Okay.
We're
So if
back on
if
track.
you have Visa or MasterCard, most places around the world will take those.
Okay.
But when
Not
they say, like,
everybody, but go ahead. Sorry.
when they say like, oh, you owe $2.50, but in
They,
euros.
I wish
Yeah.
I had some.
So $2.50 in euros. Just know that is about $3.60 in American.
Mhm.
It's just euros are a little more powerful, so that means that you get less euros to the dollar. So like for $1 American dollar, it's about 80 cents, 80 cents of a euro, whatever
So
a
when I
euro.
spend less money there, it's going to be more money. in
Correct.
my account.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Usually, also, what happens, depending on the credit card machine that they use, it will say, "Do you want to spend this much money in euros or this much money in dollars?" So it sometimes gives you both options. I would always do what they do over there, because then it's already converted. So you get the most, again, current best value for your money. Because otherwise, if you do American, what they can do is it takes a couple days to go through, and you might lose money in the process. Yeah. Okay. So we can get to talk. We can talk more about money conversion and all that kind of stuff later. But Keegan has some more things to talk about. So
Okay.
keep going.
So obviously language barriers are going to be a problem at some point probably. Duolingo is if you want to learn the language a little bit. It's very easy. It goes through all the basics. It's not difficult. It asks you like what your goal is. Like how often do you want to do it? It goes like 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes a night. And you just learn a couple of either keywords, key phrases, things like that. I mean, it's super simple.
Do you know any Finnish or Swedish yet?
Very, very little.
Wow us. What you got?
You'll at the apple. It just means I'm eating an apple.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I would say very, very, very little. I know like woman, boy, yeah, very little stuff. And then Google Translate for maybe when we're over there, if you need to translate something over, it might be nice to have. And then for pictures and videos, Stellar was very highly recommended. It's for your pictures, and it's basically you can create like kind of an iMovie but with photos. And yeah, it just pretty much creates like a little movie for you. And then Cameo is a video editor, so you can post your videos, but it lets you go in beforehand and edit them. And like if you have 3 or 4 that you want to put together, but you want to edit some stuff out, it lets you do that kind of stuff. And then this was just something that I like and I plan on doing, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. But Spotify. If you have the free Spotify, it just lets you do the shuffle play. But if you do Spotify Premium, if you use your school email, the campus.peru.edu, instead of being $9.99 a month, it's $5.99 a month. You get shuffle play. There's no ads. You have offline listening. Yeah, you get Hulu with it. You have unlimited skips. You can play any track, download as much music as you want, have as many playlists as you want, and that might be nice on our extremely long plane ride.
Yeah.
So.
You just download your music and you can click download, and then when Wi-Fi's off and everything else, it still works. And
They do have TVs, like little not computer screens, but like screens in the back of the seats in front of you that let you play. Like they give you headphones. They're kind of cheap headphones.
They're very cheap.
Yeah, bring your own headphones. But you can play games, watch movies. Like I watched Fault in Our Stars. I watched a bunch of movies like that. And
No
then-
wonder you didn't
Did
sleep.
they supply the movies?
Yeah,
Yes.
so it's on there, and they're
Okay.
free for us to watch too.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you're paying
Sounds
$1,500 to
like,
fly
this is
internationally,
like
so it's
free.
included. The videos are included. Even some songs I believe are
There's
included.
music on there.
You get cocktails.
If you're of
See, I
age,
told you.
Yeah,
yes.
if you're of age on the plane, you get.
I will have to have one. So
I'll have one with you.
I don't
Dr.
do
Bob.
well flying. So anyway, sorry, continue.
Okay, no, you're good.
Bluetooth,
Actually,
like, can
that's
you use
the
Bluetooth?
end of my presentation,
Okay.
so
You
we're all
have
good.
to have an actual
Oh,
plug
sorry,
in.
hold on.
Plug it in? Okay.
You usually have to plug them in. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So think
I mean,
old school headphones.
Okay.
Yep.
See if I can dig it out.
If you're going
If
to
you don't, I've got like 10 pairs.
Okay.
if you're going to most Bluetooth headphones come with an adapter that goes allows you to plug in with wired version. Those are usually the over-the-ear headphones that do that. Your smaller, sportier ones don't necessarily have that feature.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Ta-da, that's it.
Oh, that's it.
Oh yeah, that's
It's
it.
also
So
charged up on the plane.
yes.
Yes.
I didn't find the conversion app when I went to the app store.
Oh, I'll pull those up real quick.
Unless I
So
was just not searching the correct.
so this is what the converter app looks like.
Okay.
This one that I'm hovering over, kind of.
The second one.
Yep. It's just orange and has like the 2 squares on their sides.
And is it called money converter or?
It's just called Converter Plus.
Converter Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's try it again.
And then I'll just show you guys real quick. Here's City Mapper. I have it on my iPad, so it looks a bunch smaller. And yeah, so like if I'm looking for the tram, it's thinking, and this is what it has to show me. From the area I've selected, it's a 13-minute walk, and this is what it is. That's how long it takes to get from that place to the next one, that kind of stuff.
That was weird.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Around Me, is that the app that has both?
Oh, so yeah, Around Me has both.
Okay.
That's what this one is right now. So like,
Are these free apps that you showed us?
Mhm.
Okay, that's what I thought.
yep. And so like right now,
Peru.
yep, I'm in Peru, but we'll get out of there because it's gonna tell me there's no results for anything to do. So
A little further. There you go.
there we go.
Stockholm.
Got it.
Helsinki. ATMs.
Okay.
We'll need to know that.
I got movie
Oh
theaters.
goodness. Okay.
I'm gonna try actually. Awesome.
So it doesn't actually do it based on location. It's based on what you type in.
You can do location, but since I'm not over there, it
Right,
won't
that
like
wouldn't
yeah.
work, yeah.
It popped up nice for me earlier, but of course it's not going to now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, because it's Helsinki something else, Finland. But like if I do banks and ATMs, this
Oh,
is
that's
around
us.
me.
Okay, sure.
Yep. So, I mean, once you're over there and you use it, it works better. And I know you can type it in, but mine's just not working like it's supposed to right now. But it's Helsinki something else, Finland. When you look up the destination.
Oh, weird.
So yeah, it's weird, but I don't know. It worked good when I did it earlier, and like you can see, it gives you a bunch of different options and shows you how far away they are and that kind of stuff.
Is it like a GPS where it tells you where to go, like
Mhm.
voice activated?
Yep.
Why don't you show us Duolingo since you've got it up there?
Okay. Okay. So on my phone, I'm farther, but I just got this one this morning. So at Apple.
Ooh. Let's turn this baby up. What?
Honorary okay. Yep. So he is a boy.
Oh, good.
And then like this one is she is a girl.
Flika is girl.
Flika, yep.
Nice. Check. Yes, you're doing great.
And then like it also asks you to speak, so you say it, it says if you say it correctly.
Is this Finnish or Swedish?
This is Swedish,
Go
so
ahead.
Honorary poke.
Wow, you're awesome.
I mean, it's super simple. And then yeah, like see the little green bar at the very top. That's how long a lesson is. Like 2 lessons a day gets me my 10 minutes a night or whatever. Yeah, it's super easy to use.
And what is this called again?
Duolingo.
It's free.
It's free. Yep.
I just downloaded it.
I would say yeah, you can do a premium for $6.99 or $6.69 or something like that, but it's
But this is
honestly,
so
There's your
I would say yeah, it's the
Right
exact same
there.
thing.
Like for them, as a class assignment.
Okay. Yes, your final journal article will have to be written in Finnish.
Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh.
Can you translate that sentence?
That one? Okay, so I'm still using the words because I cheat, but it is,
A
A
woman.
something.
yep, a woman,
I don't know the rest.
eat,
And a girl.
nope, and,
How did you
yep,
know that
and,
And a girl.
a girl, yep,
Because
och is and. I get och and et mixed up.
I could just see us though. Can you repeat that? Can I write that down?
she's
Can
already
Right.
I
practiced.
record that? I gotta think about it.
So then like, I eat.
Later,
And can you
later,
learn 2
hater.
languages at once? Can you install 2 languages on
Mm-hmm. Right now, obviously, I was working on Spanish over summer because I work at El Porton.
this? Oh, okay.
And but like right now, I've got Swedish right now.
Okay.
I haven't found Finland on there, only Swedish. So,
I couldn't find it either when I downloaded it.
mm-mm.
Oh, this is Swedish.
This is Swedish.
What? Why wouldn't they do that? I bet it's on premium. That's how they
Probably.
That's how they get.
But I don't know. It's a pretty neat little app, and it's easy to use.
Oh, can you go ahead and go through and find a sentence for us again?
Yeah.
Girl.
I gotta find my translator
Oh.
up here.
Okay.
I gotta find Swedish. Here, give me a second.
Are you on Google Translate?
Yeah.
Is that what you're
Eat.
trying-
Yeah.
You guys have seen Google Translate, right? What it can do with Swedish. Oops. Download. So like if so if you go to Google Translate and you use the camera feature, it basically comes up like this and it says align the text. And then when you align the text, it says she eats an apple.
Oh, that's cool.
What is
That's
that?
nuts.
That's so cool.
You guys see that? I don't
That's
know. If
insane.
you want to come up and check it out, you can.
That is crazy.
So
But-
it's on. Screenshot it.
Oh, wait. This is on Google Translate?
Yeah, Google Translate.
Which one?
I've had this all, like, almost all the
Yep.
time I've had a
Yep.
phone, and I've done
That is
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm
So
excited.
yeah, literally. So if you're at a sign and you're like, crap, I don't know where this goes.
So you just open your camera?
It's
It's like
Can you
Yep.
not
Yep.
here for a minute?
Well, there you go. That's all we need.
Well, you want to be able to talk to people too. I think. Are we in
We
2:30?
can create an avatar.
Yes,
for
2:30.
that.
You can
I'm gonna create an avatar for that.
just have Google
That's
talk.
awesome.
Yeah.
So when you go into Google Translate, it's just this app right here. It's the Translate app. It's Google Translate. You pick your languages at the top, Swedish to English. Okay, I hit the camera button. See, it's camera, handwriting, conversation, or voice. So technically, you could have a conversation with somebody. I could.
So I could eavesdrop
So I'm
on
talking right now, and it is translating it in both English and Swedish for me.
Said he is talking right now, and it is strange feeling it in both English and Swedish for me.
So obviously, it's not exactly 100% accurate. That's the downfall to Google Translate. Okay, because it's not 100% accurate, but it certainly gives you an idea of what the other person is saying. An idea. So what I did is I just went to camera,
Okay.
and then the text was up here, and I just highlighted the text. And if you look, it's freaking out right now because it's like infinite pictures and pictures and pictures. So anyway.
So like, does it do handwriting
You can
too?
switch it.
Yeah, it
You
does
can do-
handwriting, too.
You can do English to Swedish on your paper.
Yes, I can. So if we go here,
See, I can
and we
already
go.
choose that final journal then.
Oops. Nope.
You just hit
If
the
I do
code.
camera, and then at the top I can just hit English, and it will translate it into Swedish for me.
What? What?
that's where is the bathroom.
Ooh.
Nice. That's an important one to know.
What?
That's crazy.
So, I like this word right here. Wi-Fi is the same in English and Swedish.
Well, it can be pronounced differently because like in Spanish they say Wi-Fi, not Wi-Fi.
Whatever, they do
That's
not.
what my Spanish teacher said. She said she
that
calls
too?
it Wi-Fi, but maybe she was just joking with me. That could be.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know. She told me.
She may have been just joking with you. Here, you have some handwriting there. Let's see how this looks. Oh, no, then you write here on the bottom.
Yeah, you write it. For the
That's right, I
handwriting.
forgot. Eva, yes, that's exactly what I meant to say. That's funny. So anyway, there's some Google Translate info for you. What else did you have? Or did you want to talk about this, or are these all those same things that you just talked about?
I would say so. This we'll have put in the shell, and it's the this was off the article that I used. It was like another link within the article, and it's just 41 apps for study abroad. And that's where I got the ones that I showed you. But I just highlighted some of them. There are others that you guys are more than welcome to use. I encourage you to look into them. But the ones I highlighted were just ones I either knew about or had used or had heard other people used or had really, really good reviews.
So be looking for this in the shell. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah. Cool. Anything else? Ta-da. All right, cool. Let's have a convo about. Yes. Before we have a convo, what we need from you guys is your name and your phone number, so we can get you onto the Group Me app, so that we are all connected in one conversation or one group. Plus, I also must have your cell phone, the cell phone number that you are taking with you on the trip. If you're going to get a new number between now and then, I need to know that so I can make sure I have a way to get a hold of you when we are not together. Okay? So, it's very simple. It's your name, it's your phone number. That's all you have to do. And then Keegan will put us in a group together. So
You do need to download the Group
Is
Me
this
app
a
though.
groupie?
Yep, that's it. It looks like a hashtag with a smile.
oh, you need area code.
Yes.
Oh, I need mine. It's different.
There's a
Do
few
you,
of us
do
with
you have me?
712s.
You got me.
Yep,
on
I got you on there. So I'll.
Rude.
Do that right.
All right, so we'll let everybody fill that out, and then we'll get cracking in the book. There's no way we'll get through all the information in chapter 1 today. There's too much to talk about.
Still haven't gotten my flight. I'm supposed
What?
to be here today. I know.
Yes, same, but I think it was because of the weather. I haven't
Yeah.
got my book yet either, and I was supposed to get it.
Huh?
What is today? I'm supposed to get it by the
Monday.
10th.
Those are not.
Yeah,
And
mine,
it's not
Sure,
here yet.
Sammy.
mine said anywhere from the
I think
9th
so.
to the 14th. So.
Mine said on the 10th, and it's not here yet.
My dissertation should be showing up on
It's
tomorrow,
the weather.
supposedly.
Yeah.
We'll find out if that happens or not.
Did you already write it? Oh.
Yeah, it's already written. It's
Oh yeah, you're done already.
yeah, done.
Yeah.
Dr. V.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, it's the hardbound copy of it, so several of them. My family wanted them. I'm like, you want my dissertation? Yeah, we want to read it.
Why?
All right.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Tell them there'll be weekly quizzes over.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully you can read my numbers.
Oh, you're good. If I can't, then I'll just yell at you the next time we have class.
Like, hey.
Easy. That's awesome.
Message you on Facebook like this is unacceptable.
Like you're out.
So we'll attempt
Got
to
to
get
go.
through page 34 today. Like I said, I don't know if we'll be able to do that because there's a lot of information that we need to talk about.
Oh, I do have a question.
Ooh, yeah.
For our presentations over what we're doing over the countries, when are those due? So like what we picked this morning, or not this morning, but at the beginning of this class.
That's a great question. I'm very glad you asked that. So we'll basically present in the order that we got that you picked it. So Sarah will go first in 2 weeks.
What?
Oh man.
2 weeks?
2 weeks. Yeah.
Hey, you want to
I
tell us
already
about
forgot
it
the
then?
order I went in though. Who do I go after?
I'll tell. Hold on. I'm gonna tell everybody. Okay. Wow.
Good thing I went last.
So what's going to happen is next week I'll do my presentation. Okay. And then you guys will follow suit. Otherwise, what you need to take a look at, there are really no heavy details about it except for what you can find on Blackboard. Okay. It's got to be 30 minutes.
Dang. Hope you
Alright.
guys are.
Looks like I'm making something for you guys. We're just gonna eat for
Blackboard
15 of my
not
30
30 minutes
minutes.
last time. You said it's on Blackboard?
Yeah, and I'll bring it up now that I turned off the overhead projector. I'll bring it up here.
Can it be like 25 minutes of pictures?
Well, honestly, yeah, it probably should be mostly pictures, but then you're explaining what's happening and things like that. Yeah.
like that.
Because I don't want a PowerPoint. I will tell you this. I don't want a PowerPoint where your words are up there and you just read off your PowerPoint. That's awful. Almost all of you in here are going to be educators or teachers, so you should be able to talk and get your way through a 30-minute convo.
Just put the notes down at the bottom.
Okay, now what's your opinion on saying Because Dr. C said sometimes just a normal casual conversation, you sometimes slip up and say
In a normal casual conversation, yes, but when you're talking to a class, you want to try to keep that to a minimum.
Okay.
Try to.
And I say like a lot too, so.
So now we're all going, while you're doing your presentation, we're all going to be tallying how many times you say like or
Yes.
Yay. Yay.
Now I'm gonna be self-conscious.
That's good. That means that you're thinking about it.
Majority of the 30 minutes will be slowly talking. I can't say
Oh, did I?
Said,
Oh, it's not. I apologize. It's in your syllabus.
I was gonna say
It's in your
not,
syllabus.
All right, Sarah, you're gonna be my guinea pig.
So I'll bring up the syllabus and then I will show you guys. So this will take me a little bit because I turned off the projector.
My computer's done thinking I can show you.
I've been added.
Okay, now Eric, you're gonna be my other one.
Computer's not a smart computer.
Do you have the app yet?
I do.
Okay.
Hey.
Well, I haven't like
This
logged
says
into it or anything.
the
Okay,
speaker
that's fine.
must present
Oh,
and talk
10 to
for
20
10
minutes.
I was like, no.
10 minutes, alright, I could do that.
That sounds a lot better.
And it can't be longer than.
Remember,
30
this is the
minutes.
first time I've taught this class, okay? So, and I teach like 17 other classes, so I apologize if I didn't get it exactly correct.
So I just sign up
Okay.
with Google?
Yes, and then I added you. Okay, I cannot add you guys until you have the
app. So I gotta do the
Should I
group.
use the campus? For,
See, I might be able to get you then. I'll try you.
Food I like, I can
I
talk
really
about.
don't want to download that.
Why is that? So for those of you at home, you need to download the GroupMe app and send Keegan an email or myself an email that has your name and your cell phone number. Again, the cell phone number that you're going to use in Finland and Sweden.
I don't want to sync my contacts.
Have anchovies. Anchovies is a big thing.
Is it this one with the hashtag and the smiley face?
Yes.
She wants me to bring back Swedish chocolate, so this is where our family is.
I believe it's that one.
She
There.
said that twice. Hashtag the smiley face.
I wasn't listening, see? Sometimes teachers are the worst students. I'm just saying. Oops, my face was not recognized. Recognize me.
Text to verify this phone number.
Okay.
Internet service.
Oh, so I need to AirPlay.
I don't have service here. Maybe at the top of the building. but-
And you can't connect to the Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi.
it said I
It's
can't-
actually Wi-Fi.
Didn't you know?
No, I did. It's just.
She didn't even hear.
She didn't even hear, darn it. Oops. Ooh. Yeah, the discussion leader is the project. Dang, just a little tinier. Okay, so when we take a look at this,
I got it.
again, what you need to know is in here. It's in this section, okay? 10 to 20 minutes of a presentation, up to 30 minutes. If you find something that's really amazing that you just want to talk about and drop some knowledge on people, then do it. By the way, I thought you wanted to do like special education in.
I thought about it, but then I was like, I kind of want to know like the future aspect of things.
Okay, all right, cool. That's fine. Because when we get over there, that's when we'll be able to ask questions about special education and things like that in particular. And from what I understand, pretty much every single student is on an IEP over there.
Okay.
All 100% of them. If they're in the public schools, they have an IEP. Yep,
That's another one.
it is. It is. So it's a benefit because it's very individualized, and your program is individualized for you. They very much believe in differentiation over there, very much. Okay. So each student will give a presentation on information to the rest of the class about the topic that you've chosen. You've all gotten your list now, so you know what to do. PowerPoint, Prezi, activity, short videos. If you want to do like a hands-on lesson where you don't do like, let's say if your topic is currency, you bring in fake money and we try to convert it to American dollars or vice versa, whatever. It's how you want to teach it. You're a teacher, do something creative, okay? Or you will be a teacher, do something creative with it. The last thing I want you to do is stand up here and say, or do a PowerPoint and just read off your PowerPoint. Because remember, you have to tape this. You're videoing this. You're recording it. Tape. I'm sorry, that's so dated. I apologize. You're going to record yourself doing this. When we record, we always record like this. Always in horizontal mode, like this. Okay? Don't record like this, because then you get those big black bars on the side and it doesn't fill out your screen. Always record in landscape mode is what they call this. Or horizontal mode. Okay? So,
We're gonna have to watch ourselves presenting.
yep. Unless you want to present live.
Yeah, I'd rather present live.
How many of you would rather present live?
I don't know.
I don't care.
Okay,
I'm just
well,
thinking like, how do I click through my PowerPoint as I'm like recording on my phone myself? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Well, you
Usually
could do like what I'm
this.
doing, and you set your keyboard or your phone next to the screen, and you're going through it that way.
Can we do it in
You can choose. I don't care how you present it. I really don't. As long as you do your presentation, you can either obviously if you're online, you must present it
Does your
in an
face
online
show the
format.
presentation? Could you do voiceover?
Your face does not have to show in the presentation if you record it online, but again, it needs to be